Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robert Mitchell, and I've got a fantastic message for you. How would you like to be the best in your room? How would you like to be the best in your company, the best in your organization, the best on your team? If you're a business owner like I am, how would you like to be the best in your industry? How would you like that? Wouldn't you love to be number one at something in the world? Think of it. I believe that you could be number one at something in the world. The question is, what would it be? What can you be number one in? What can you be the best at? What is your calling? What is your gift? What is the strength zone that you have? What's the one thing that you can do that nobody else can do? What is it that you're put on this planet for? Les Brown says that you have seeds of greatness in you. What is that seed? What is that one thing, that second thing? Maybe it's two things or three things. What are the things that you can do better than anybody on the planet? Wouldn't you like to know that? I have 3 ways of you finding that out. I love threes, by the way. I had a brother and a sister and myself, so there was 3 siblings. I had 3 kids. I have 3 sets of 3 grandkids, 9 grandkids. That's a little bit of a stretch. I've got a grandson named Robert Allen Mitchell III. There's the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I love threes. So I have 3 ways of helping you find out what that one thing is. What that one thing that you could do better than anybody. That one thing that you could do better than anybody in the room, anybody on your team, anybody on your organization, anybody in your company, anybody on the, whatever it is in the world. You could be number one. And I'm going to share some stories with you. I've had the privilege of being number one in several areas. And there's 3 ways that you can find out what your gift is, what your talents are, what the thing that's on the inside of you that nobody else has, what the thing that you were put on this planet for, what the thing that you could do better than anybody, because you were destined for it. You were put on the planet to do something. What is it? What is that thing? What's the thing that you can do that nobody else can do? And you can do better than anybody else. The first thing you need to do is ask. Now, I have a coaching company, Ram Coaching, and you can find me at my website, robertallenmitchell.com. That's Ram. You can find me on Facebook, Robert Allen Mitchell, or just Robert Allen Mitchell on Facebook, and Allen is A-L-L-E-N. And I am faith-based, so let me share this with you. My favorite book said, ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. That's the first set of 3s that I want to talk to you about today. And I want to talk to you about a bunch of 3s. So the first one is you got to know what that gift is. What is your gift? What is your talent? Proverbs says that your gift makes room for you. The Apostle Paul said that we all have a race to run. What is your race? What is it that you are called to? What's your calling? What's your gift? What's your talent? What are those seeds of greatness that Les Brown says you have on the inside of you? We've got to find out those things, and then we need to do something about it. We need to cultivate them. We need to water them. We need to practice them. We need to hone them in. We need to exercise those gifts. And then when you exercise the gifts that you have within you, that becomes the skill. And ladies and gentlemen, it takes about 10,000 hours of doing something to become an expert in it. So once you find out what your gift and your talent and that thing that's on the inside of you is, then you need to practice it, exercise it for 10,000 hours, and you will be an expert. You will be the best at least one thing. You'll be better than anybody in it once you find out. How do you do it? Ask and it'll be given to you. Ask, God, what's my gift? What's my purpose? What am I on the planet for? What do I do? What can I do? What should I do? What can I do that nobody else could do? That I'm supposed to do better than anybody? And then seek it. Search for it. Look for it. Investigate for it. See? And then start knocking on doors. And if you ask, you shall receive. If you seek, you shall find. And if you knock, the door will be open unto you. All right, now when I'm talking about being the best in your room, or being the best at what you do, I'm not asking you to compare yourselves with other people. I'm not asking you to compete against other people. I'm not saying that you're going to be better than everybody else. You see, you're just going to be the best at what you do. I hope you're on a team. And I hope you have a win-win philosophy like I do. I want everybody on my team to have a win. I want everybody on my team to be in their strength zone. I want everybody on my team to be the best at what they do. See, if they're the best at what they do, and I'm at the best at what I do, and you're at the best at what you do, we are going to have a winning team. Everybody needs to be in their strength zone. I like to say it like this because I have a business, Quick Dry Restoration and Remodeling, and I'm in a worldwide network called BNI, Business Network International, and we are a referral organization. We're in 66 countries. We have 8,000 members, and we're all connected on this social media called BNI Connect that only us can be on it. And it's a lot like Facebook and LinkedIn, only on steroids, and only on people that are in BNI, and only on people that are in a referral organization with the philosophy of givers gain. We believe that the more we give, the more we shall receive. It's better to give than it is to receive. And so by being in this organization, I say it like this: I have surrounded myself with a whole team of experts. And Givers Gain means that we want to be with other business owners, that we want to grow our business by helping other businesses grow their business. My definition of BNI is to create Givers Gain is to create a three-way win situation. My customer wins because they have a referral. And a referral means for someone, that's me, introduces someone, that's my customer, to an expert in their field. And so to me, Givers Gain, three-way win, means my customer wins because I can meet their needs in a way that I normally couldn't do except with a referral. My customer wins because they have their needs met because of the referral I gave them, because I have a whole team of experts. My referral partner wins, the team of expert wins, because they have a new customer, and that's why they're in business. And I win because I have two people that absolutely love me and want to give me referrals, because whatever I give, I receive. So what I'm saying is that you don't want to beat other people. You want to beat yourself. You want to be at the best that you can be. You don't want to be better than them. You don't want to be better than your competitors. Matter of fact, I like to say it like this. You have, guess what? 3 competitors. You have your past. You need to put your past in the dust. You need to put your past behind you, especially if it's negative, especially if it's a mistake. And you see, even if it's a victory, even if it's great, you need to put it in the past, and I'll tell you why. When you put it in the past, you can live in the present. When you put it in the past, you want to learn from it. You want to glean from it. See, the experience has no value unless it's reflected on. Experience has no value unless you learn from the past. So put your past in the past. I like to say it like this, and you can quote me on this. Own your past, but Don't let your past own you. Do not let your past own you, because your past isn't your present, and it definitely does not dictate your future. Your second competitor, you might have guessed it, is your present day. Ask the question, am I where I should be? Right now, am I where I should be? If my life was perfect, what would it look like? If my life was fulfilled, if I was reaching my full potential, what would it look like? Are you there? If you answer the word no, if your answer is no, you're in great company, because the Apostle Paul himself said, I have not yet attained, but I press onward to the mark of the high calling of God. So if you're not reaching your full potential, guess what? You're with the rest of us. But we still need to ask the question. We still need to ask the question, what is our full potential? And let me tell you this, John Maxwell says it's a trick. If your potential is here, and you're here, and you grow, guess what? Your potential grows. So you'll never reach your full potential, because your full potential is going to constantly grow. As you grow, your full potential grows. So when it comes to present day, I have a quote. You can quote me on this. I like to say it like this. If you want something, let me say it like this. I'm more action orientated than results. People want stuff. People desire stuff. People have a goal. They have a result. I'm more action orientated than I am goal orientated or results orientated. And what I mean by this is, tell me your goals and I'm happy. Oh boy, I'm happy. Tell me what you're going to do to reach your goals. I'm thrilled. How are you going to reach your goals? What action steps are you going to take? What's the process? Here's 3 for you. People, product, process. If you want to be successful, people, product, process. You have to have the right people. John Maxwell says this: you can lose with talent, but you cannot win without talent. You need the people. You need a great product, and you need a great process. So I'm more process driven than I am results driven or goal driven. And what I mean by that is this. 15 years ago, I got in the wrong lane. I started 2 companies that I should not have started. I had one company that was fantastic, and that's QuickDry. That's what I have now. So 15 years ago, I added 2 companies to my repertoire, and I was in the wrong lane. I was doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. I was doing it the wrong way. I wasn't in my strength zone. I wasn't doing one thing better than anybody else. I was failing miserably for 4 years. And in that 4-year period, I gained 80 pounds because it was like the weight of the world was on me. And I gained the weight of the world. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't focused on my lane, my strengths, my gifts, my purpose, the thing that I should do better than anybody. And at the end of 4 years, well, I'm sad to say that I went financially bankrupt and started all over. And I was 48 years old, and I said, I've got to get back in shape. So that's been 10 years. For the last 10 years, I have been pressing on. I have been pushing. I have been dieting and exercising and eating right. And I haven't lost all the weight I was supposed to lose by now. But one thing I did very well, I stayed with the process. What I didn't do well is I haven't been consistent. So I'm on for 3 months, I'm off for a month. I'm on for 3 months, I'm off for a month. The good news is I am persistent. The bad news is I haven't been consistent. The good news is because I'm working, because I'm trying, because I'm pushing, because I'm exercising, and because I'm eating well most of the time, I'm healthy. I was trying to lose weight for vanity reasons, and in the process of doing so, I'm healthy. My numbers are right. My blood pressure's right. My cholesterol's right. And so by pushing myself and growing and stretching and lifting and running and eating tons of vegetables, what happened? That's the process. Now, I haven't got the results that I want yet, but I got more than I wanted because now I'm in perfect health. And isn't that really what we desire? So, number 2, first competitor is your past. Put that behind you. Own your past, but don't let it own you. Your second competitor is your present. And be more process-oriented, action-oriented than results-oriented. And the third competitor that you have is your future. You say, well, how can I help my future? I like to say it like this. If you want something tomorrow, if you desire something tomorrow that you don't have today, do something today that you didn't do yesterday. You have to know the desires of your heart. You have to know that if your life was perfect, what would it look like? If you desire something tomorrow that you don't have today, do something today that you didn't do yesterday. I want to talk to you about the word desire. The word desire is a very, very interesting word. The word desire means of the Father. And my favorite scripture is, every good and perfect gift cometh down from the Father of lights. Every good and perfect gift comes down from God. And God says that he'll give you the desires of your heart. Why will he give you the desires of your heart? Because he put the desires inside of you when he created you. The Bible says that when God knitted you together in his womb, he put these desires inside your heart. So desire is a great word. I use the word want sometimes, but I use it as slang. I would rather use the word desire. I would rather say, what do you desire? If your life was perfect, if you had the desires of your heart, what would it look like? And I think it takes 3 ways to make that happen. First of all, you have to get it in your mind. Norman Vincent Peale said it, whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve, okay? You've got to conceive it first and then achieve it. I like to say it like this, it's a little negative. If you can't conceive it, you cannot achieve it. It's got to get in here first. In order to have the desires of your heart, in order for you to have a fulfilled or perfect life, the first thing you're going to have to do is get it in the mind. Change the mind. Change your thinking. Change your world. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. I took a great trading class. I've done it 5 times, and I'm about to do it my 6th time. And it's called BOLD. Business Objective, a Life by Design. It's a Keller Williams program put on by a wonderful woman named Diana Kokoska. I love K's, by the way. My wife's name is Kira. My daughter's name is Kristen. My company's name is QuickDry, Kwik. I love the real estate organization Keller Williams, and I love Diana Kokoska, which starts with a K. And she created a training program, and she says it's 90% mindset. And she has what's called bold laws. And these bold laws are change your thinking, change your world, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. We've got to change our thinking. So the first thing you want to do, if you're going to build a blueprint, if you're going to have the life that you desire, if you're going to have a fulfilled life, the first thing you have to do is get it in your head. Get the thinking changed. Change your thinking. The Apostle Paul says, as a man thinketh, so shall he become. Proverbs. And the Apostle Paul says, think on these things, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is pure. And he said, if you do these things, you'll have a fulfilled life. So the first thing we got to do is get it in our head, get it in our mind. A bold law is don't listen to your drunk monkey. Your drunk monkey sometimes isn't right. This negative thinking out there, we've got to change that negative thinking into positive thinking, you see. So the mind is powerful. Matter of fact, I like to say it like this. I've got good news. I've got bad news. I've got good news. I told you I like threes. I've got good news, I've got bad news, and I've got good news. The good news is your mind was created positive. It was created by God to be positive. It was created by God to be good. It was created for good and by good and to be good. That's the good news. The bad news is that your mind was programmed negatively. It was programmed to fail. Some people say it's at conception that you're programmed to fail. I say, yes, that's what I say is conception. Some people say it's at birth. I say it's at conception. You were programmed to fail at conception. The moment God knitted you together in your mother's wombs and He started knitting your little ears together, you could hear your mom and dad fighting. They were probably fighting about money. Your dad probably said, what do you think? Money grows on trees. Money's the root of all evil. Money doesn't buy happiness. See, we're programmed negative. We've got to change that program. Matter of fact, that's a bold law. Is that spontaneity is a conditioned reflex. We think that feelings come and go. Oh, I feel good. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, I feel depressed. Oh, I feel negative. No, we're conditioned. That is a conditioning. See, the word condition means a slant. It means a default. It means a preconceived outcome. You see, it's a prejudice. Your brain was programmed negatively, and it's usually a negative emotion like depression or anxiety or anger or fear. You see, these things are conditioned in your mind, and we have to recondition our mind. See, we think it's, another bold law is motion equals emotion. We think it's emotion equals motion. I feel bad, so I do bad. I feel depressed, so I act depressed. I feel enthusiastic, so I act enthusiastic. But in reality, it's motion equals emotion. We think the event causes the emotion. It's not the event. And I know it for sure because I've seen the same event and different emotions with different people. For instance, I know a person that hates to drive in Springfield, Missouri, and she hates it. Oh, I hate it, Robert. Oh my God, the traffic is so terrible. I get so angry. Sometimes I start screaming at the top of my lungs and I'm yelling at people. I don't even want to go across town to go to lunch. I hate to go to work. I get up in the morning at 6:45 and I just dread the traffic. I just dread it so bad. I just hate to go to work. And then I finally get in the car and I just scream it at the top of my lungs. I hate it, Robert. And then I get to work and oh my God, I'm so exhausted. And then I have to go to a lunch date for a networking event. Oh, and I just dread driving across town, and then I dread coming home. And I'm like, wait a minute. And she goes, don't you? I'm like, no, I like it. I enjoy it. She's programmed for anger. And her programming makes her feel angry. She thinks it's the event. She thinks it's the traffic. It can't be the traffic. I'm in the same traffic. I don't have the same feeling. Let me say it like this. One time, half of my family loves the Kansas City Chiefs, and the other half loves the Dallas Cowboys. I love the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys were playing the Chiefs. Every play, this half was happy and this half was sad. Every play, this half was happy and this half was sad. You see, it's not the event. It's the programming. So you say, Robert, what are you talking about? Okay, let me just make it clear. Let me make it clear. If you're programmed for fear or depression or anxiety or anger, if you will change your motion, if you will change your action, those feelings will die. Trust me on this. The Apostle James said, faith without action is dead. Guess what? Fear without action is dead. Anxiety without action is dead. Depression without action is dead. Anger without action is dead. I'm not